Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Draco Ray Gaming. Today, we're going to be talking about graphics settings, the best settings to get the FPS that you're looking for, stable settings so the game doesn't crash. We're talking about Call of Duty Vanguard. You already know. Let's jump right into it. As usual, no BS, no fluff. Here we go. All right, here we are inside the game. There's quite a bit of settings that I actually want to show you. It may not just be just related to graphics and FPS, but these are the absolute best settings I've found for the game since playing it this week. And let's jump right into graphics and display. So let's see. I'm running actually full screen borderless because I stream. You may have seen this on a few of my other videos. I don't run any VSync. I run all pure, just raw FPS. I'm trying to get as many frames as I can. I am on a 120 hertz monitor right now, so I'm locking the refresh rate at 120. VSync menus don't do it. I actually don't run a frame rate limit in the menus or anything like that, and in the game I just leave it at 250. These are actually default settings, and these work pretty well. So this would be the frames in your game, in your menu, and when it's minimized, etc. Aspect ratio is automatic. Brightness level, that's of course you know, depending on your monitor, etc., what you actually want to have it set as. So let's jump over to quality presets. I'm running custom right now. What a good baseline actually that I ran was medium. So if you throw it on medium, it's actually a good baseline. Now if you're looking for most FPS, you're obviously not going to run everything on ultra, you're not going to run everything on high. That's not what you want to do. And the render resolution, for some reason this game has a really foggy look to it. And I at 100 resolution rate, now this render resolution actually ups the resolution of the game. And even though I'm utilizing about half of my here that you can see on the bar here, this makes a huge impact on FPS, but also on clarity. So I didn't like 100. I was getting 200 frames a second, whatever. But around 145, things got really clear, and I'm still running around 150 frames, 160 frames, which is plenty. It's plenty. Anything over 140, in my opinion, is plenty for the game. And so that's my opinion on that matter. Dynamic resolution. Now this will adjust this resolution as you play to keep your frame limit at a certain level. So if you like a target rate, right? And they implemented this in Warzone not too long ago, and I'm not a big fan of it. When stuff starts getting blurry, just to keep the frames up, and you're in the middle of a firefight, it can really throw you off. So I'm not running that. Texture resolution. So I want things to be clear. You can see the differences here in the pictures. I run it on high. Texture resolution, I definitely run on high. The aniscopic and the particle level quality, I run on medium. But as far as particles and things like that, you can run them on low. They don't make a huge effect, and they do save some resources. They just say, you know, they don't make a huge effect visually, but they do save some resources on your system and create some more frames. Particle resolution, again, you can run that on low or high. I'm going to try running it on low. Bullet impact and sprays, I usually turn off. That's preference. People like to use them to distract other users, and the bullet holes in the wall just create more you know, load on the system. I don't really care for those, so that, again, that's preference, but this is what I'm running. This is what works for me. Shader quality, run the shaders and the textures on high. Tessellations on nearby only. You can run it on everything or just on or off, but nearby only seemed to work better for me, and it adds some like depth to the game if you look in the pictures on the side. The level of distance and detail range is standard, but I might even run it as long, especially because I like to snipe. So it depends on your playstyle. If you're an up-close Russian gun type of person, you know, standard's probably fine. Long distance would probably be better if you're sniping. Nearby level of detail, I put it on low, but you can run these on high as well. I didn't see a huge frame difference matter. Clutter draw distance on high. Volumetric quality level on medium, and I tried to run on everything on medium that I can, only put stuff on high that I need, and then certain things on low that just I don't really need. Shadow map resolution, you have to have at least medium or high on this, especially sniping at a distance. It really clears things up. And then local shadows only versus on all the time. So shadows really help with determining if a character is above you or on a ladder or in a building. So I don't go full bore with the shadows unless I need to, but I definitely run like a medium or high. So local shadows only or on would be my recommendation. On if you're sniping. Caching spots, sun shadows on and off. Again, like with Warzone, I didn't notice a huge FPS difference, but that's what I'm running. Let's see here. All these are on low. Particle lighting's on medium. Medium or low is fine. You won't see a huge difference. Ambient occlusion off. GTAO quality is on medium. Screen space reflection is off, and the DLS, all this extra fluff and BS is all off. All not using much of any of it. I'll use a 2x on the anti-aliasing to smoothing out, but everything else is all for low. This is a huge thing too for camera movement. The screen shakes a lot in this game, and it really throws you off when you're playing. So camera movement, I turned down all the way to 50, and that really helped, as well as all these motion blurs. Turn them off. Now, field of view is another huge one. This will definitely widen your field of view, giving you more of an advantage, but if it's too much, it could hurt. It's kind of a double-edged sword, and it's a huge difference on your FPS. So your FPS really make a difference. The higher you go, the less FPS you get. The lower you go, the more FPS you'll get, because it's rendering less of the screen. I did leave NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency on. Make sure your audio is all set up as well. You want to make sure if you're on headphones, it's on headphones, as well as, you know, this is a very helpful in the game. I could not mute my party at all in the game. There was people saying very rude things and getting crazy, the whole toxic kind of Call of Duty usual rigmarole. So mute everyone except parties, another thing I used, as well as upping the microphone volume you want, or your voice chat volume for your people in the game, your party. And that's pretty much the main basic settings that I set. Make sure all your binds are set to where you want them, etc. And other than that, this really helps me get some decent FPS. So let's jump to a game right now, try it out, and I'll show you what kind of FPS I'm getting with these settings right now. Still getting about 150, which is awesome for me. Especially because I'm basically running 2K, 120 FOV, and all the graphics on the best kind of, you know, settings that I can. Making it look the best while getting the most FPS.
Friendly package inbound.
Yeah, I'm still getting like a... See, I'm getting plenty of frames. My monitor only does 120 anyway, so... Keeping it above 120. Never drops below 120. It's always average 150, which is perfect. So you get the best looking quality game you can with the frames where you need them to get wins, to get kills. Awesome, I had a great time. My frames were averaging around 150 while keeping the game looking the best it possibly can and the most performance. I'm loving these settings. Try them out. Let me know what you think below. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.